day in Vegas? Yes, not Vegas. Salt Lake City yesterday.
It was good after I finally finished 4 straight shows of talking about Summer League.
Listen, man. I don't know. I had a radio hit yesterday. And like, yeah, so tell us your Summer League takeaways. Like, oh, please don't make me do it. No. I
was
can't.
like so out of things to say by the end.
I can't.
But after that, I went to the pool, but it was almost too hot to be at the pool.
Did you get in the water, or were you by the pool?
Yeah.
Okay, was the pool water hot?
No, the pool water was ice cold.
Okay, that's good.
But I didn't have a room. I had to change rooms because they have so many people here that I couldn't stay in the room that I was in, and they ended up having to move me into a suite.
Let's go!
It was the only room they had, which is great. But so I was homeless from like 11 to 5. And
Sweet
so I
life of Jessica Benson.
I went to the gym. I went to the pool. I ordered some shrimp skewers that were really delicious.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So what's this suite like? Kind of like
really nice.
I want to see the suite.
I don't know if I can do a tour. The views are incredible. I'll see if I can show.
Oh my gosh. That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Love a good suite. And it's just you. You don't even need a suite. Again. It's like a waste of a suite on you.
Yeah, I'm all by myself.
It's way too big for just you.
All alone in way too big of a hotel room.
How long are you there?
But, until like 11 today.
Oh, so Chris isn't even there.
No, this is just me.
Just you with the suite.
The other hotel.
Could you have postponed the suite? Like, hey.
I wish. It's a different hotel. So I have to move to Park City this afternoon. So I'm still in Salt Lake City. I'm still in the same hotel that I've been in the last 4 days. I just had to change rooms. And there's so many conferences here, CJ. There's a conference for like culinary experiences on college campuses.
Oh.
There's a conference for arthritis.
What?
But there are so many people in this hotel.
Yeah, conference, man. That makes money. I saw the mayor of Memphis was really excited about securing somebody's conference, securing I think it was Phi Beta Sigma. They're going to do their nationals here. So, yeah, he was excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Jalen, that's your people. Your people are the blue ones. Turn up. Yeah, man. My brother's one, Jalen, so maybe he'll come through. I don't know. I doubt it. But yeah, conferences, that's where it is. So you got the shrimp skewers. Is Salt Lake City known for any food?
They apparently have some really good restaurants, but this room ended up being so nice, I didn't want to leave. So I just got the shrimp skewers and brought them up to my room.
Damn right. That's how good a room is.
But then I tried to get a glass of wine with my shrimp skewers.
Yeah.
But I would have had to order them together. You cannot order alcohol by itself. You have to order alcohol with food. Even though I had ordered the food like 20 feet away, I couldn't order the alcohol because I didn't order it with the food. Isn't that bizarre?
Welcome to Salt Lake City.
Well, I know. Just when I was saying they had normal laws now. Just when I was saying. What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, July 10th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson from Salt Lake City. CJ Hurt back in the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. Coming up on today's show, Summer League starts in Las Vegas later today. The Grizzlies don't play until Friday. I watched some WNBA action yesterday. Big day of upsets. Caitlin Clark came back. My Valkyries took down the Fever. Angel Reese is on the NBA 2K cover. We'll get into all of that. Teresa Walker will join us as she does every Thursday. We'll catch up with her. SEC Media Days start on Monday. It is draft day on our show, and in honor of people paying $200 to see Cooper Flagg and Bronny James play a Summer League game later today.
Practice, scrimmage.
We are drafting things that we would actually pay $200 to go see or do. We will end with some Theater Thursday. I will give my review, and there's some F1 related news today as well. It is a Thursday. You know what we say. It's almost Friday. It's almost Friday.
What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
These are the Jordan 1, the crystals. These are the shoe that retails for $1,000. Oh, extra crystals. So if your crystals fall off, if your crystals fall off, actually these are the black crystals because they have. So the shoe has black crystals on there as well too. So you get an extra package of black crystals.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
The Tigers are going to play in November in the Bahamas, the Baha Mar tournament, and the other teams expected to be there. Purdue, Wake Forest, and possibly Texas Tech. So Texas Tech's going to be good. Purdue's going to be good. If you don't have a roster that puts you in that same conversation, it could be a tough trip to the Bahamas.
Yep. The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday, everybody. One day closer to Friday. Got a little bit of break from Summer League action yesterday. Las Vegas Summer League starts today. I would ask CJ who he's most excited to watch, but I think that's a silly question. Am I correct, CJ?
Come on, man. You know that is Cooper Flag and Bronny James.
Of course, it's Cooper Flag and Bronny James.
I'd pay thousands of dollars to watch these dudes go out there and scrimmage one another. Yes, let's get it. Let's go.
I was sad to see that my favorite player that I'm looking forward to watching during Summer League, Con Knipple, doesn't even play today. So what a waste. I'll have to settle.
Wait, are you legit excited to see the nipple play?
I'm always excited to see the nipple play. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's get
If
it.
I had to pick one player, that's not Cooper Flag's like the most obvious answer of who are you most excited to watch play in Summer League? Oh, I think I'll take the number one pick, Cooper Flag. I am interested. I have one thing I'm actually interested in, CJ, and I'm not trying to like rib you or be silly about it. I want to see if LeBron James is there to watch Bronny James play Cooper Flag tonight. Because did you see that Ayton said that he hasn't received a text from LeBron James since signing with the Lakers?
Okay.
So I'm curious, Windhorse hand, why would DeAndre Ayton have received a text from Luka Doncic, but not LeBron James? Will LeBron James be there to support his son? And will he be with Lakers people? That's the thing. Summer League is as much like a social club as it is practice for these NBA players and practice for those of us to watch. But I'm so curious to see the social dynamics of, if LeBron James is there, how he interacts with members of the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm curious. These are the things we get into in Summer League.
Yeah, like that's Summer League. Summer League, a lot of these deals, time and time again, people in the know, and I have to believe that the insiders say a lot of deals get made this week because everybody is in one spot. It's a basketball conference and everybody's there. All the execs are there, the coaches are there, the players are also there, not the ones on the court, but the prominent ones who play pivotal roles, high-level roles on their NBA teams. They're all there. And so this is when the deals get done. So where people are sitting and who people are schmoozing with and hanging out with, right? Like that will kind of shed some light on some potential moves that might be made at some point later on down the road this season. I don't know, man. Should LeBron have reached out to Ayton? I'm confused. Do you text every coworker who gets hired? Do you go? Do you go?
Different with no, actually, yes, I would, and I do. I send messages to people if they're hired within our department and say, like, "Welcome to Grind City Media. If you need any recommendations, I live downtown. Please don't hesitate to reach out." It's a pretty simple thing, but like, he's LeBron James. Like, come on. At this point in your career,
he's LeBron James. He's got stuff to do.
It would make sense that LeBron would also reach out. You're right. He does have stuff to do. He's a very busy person.
It's summertime. I think that means it's Luka's team. That's what I think. I think whoever team it is the one that reaches out. Very clearly.
That's why I'm looking at the schmoozing and the boozing.
LeBron's got a foot out the door in L.A. He agreed to that $50 million. LeBron's looking at all these dudes making $70 million, and LeBron's like, yo, I think I could get $70 million from somebody. Let me see.
You heard it here first. Since you did not have to, or I should say, since you did not get to work.
No, you said it right the first time. You said it right.
What'd you get into last night? Did you watch anything good?
My bed. Oh my gosh, I was so tired.
Crashed.
I just shut it all the way down. I think I shut it down like 4:30, 5 o'clock and was out like a light. I woke up to some alerts about some of the WNBA action. I was like, oh, I need to watch that in the morning. And then I went right back to sleep. And I woke up when my alarm went off this morning. I didn't get a chance to watch anything last night. That's what I did. Ate some comfort food, watched a comfort show, and went straight the hell to sleep. I don't know how you people do it during the season. I would be exhausted. I wouldn't make it. There's no way. Like around game number 48, 49, no, I'd be like, yo, I'm out. I quit. There's no way I could do this.
It's kind of when you go numb and then you just are like, okay, this is my reality and I just have to continue forward and eventually we'll get to the end. No, I crashed pretty hard yesterday too. After I did our show yesterday morning, I did Vernon's show, I did Grizz Beat, and then I did our friend Anthony Sain's show. And after 4 different shows talking about Summer League, I was like, oh my God, I need a break. I had originally planned to spend my evening watching the Fever Valkyries game. We talked about it yesterday. I was so excited. But then I got a notification at 10 a.m. yesterday morning that Fever's Valkyries had just tipped off. And I was reminded that it was one of those kids clinic games where they play them early in the afternoon. And luckily, I had that window of like 10 a.m. to noon open here. And I was able to take a break and watch a pretty good portion of the game. I was excited to see it, one, because it's my Golden State Valkyries, but 2, it was Caitlin Clark's first game back from her groin strain. She had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 turnovers. The Fever shot 30% from the field as a team. They shot 22% from 3. They lost 80-61. The Valkyries went on a run in the middle towards the end of the first quarter. It knocked the Fever off their axis. They never really recovered from that. Watching that game yesterday, Kayla Thornton and Veronica Burton had 18 and 21 respectively. But the story of that game was the Valkyries' defense. Their point of attack defense has been so good all season. Their help defense is strong. Their perimeter defense is strong. They're not a really big team, but they play so collectively that they almost operate as like one big conglomerate. And they had Aaliyah Boston in hell. She could not do anything. Like, I watched that game fully understanding how the Valkyries are a top 3 defense in the league. Huge road win for them. Natalie Nakasi at this point, she's an incredible coach for the Valkyries here in year 1. Easily top 2 candidate for coach of the year, along with Nate Tibbetts in Phoenix. For the Fever, they just remain one of the most inconsistent teams in the league this season. They truly looked awful yesterday. They looked terrible. Like they were playing slow. Go ahead.
They look, like you said, inconsistent. Like some games they get up. They got up for that game against the Lynx. It's like, oh, if the Fever are playing like this, then and they're playing like this without Caitlin Clark, I don't know what the league is going to do. And then they'll have games against teams where you're thinking, okay, this should be a good game, but the Fever should win. And the Fever just, I don't know, it's one of those things where they play up and down to their level of competition. And as somebody who's watched a ton of sports, that's never a good thing. Like you said, it shows a sign of inconsistency and maybe a bit of immaturity there as well, which makes sense. They are a young team.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Their offense was so out of sorts. They looked sloppy, a lot of turnovers.
It was Caitlin Clark's first game back. So trying to incorporate that piece, and that's a large piece. Everybody,
you're a very real thing.
You play so differently when she's not there versus when she is there.
Yes, and you absolutely can look at Caitlin Clark's availability and coming in and out of the lineup, and that can certainly affect the inconsistency that you see with this team. And that's not using it as an excuse. That's just a reality. And because she is so important to this team, they play inherently different when she's not on the court. And then to bring her back in, you have to get back into it. But I don't know, both offensively it was bad. Defensively, they allowed a ton of open drives, a lot of open threes. They were not boxing out. And granted, credit to the Valkyries, they took advantage of timely runs. The Valkyries are one of the biggest surprises in the WNBA this season. We have gone from me at the beginning of this year hoping that the Valkyries would win like -5 games.
You were viscerally angry every time they won a game.
Every time they won. Because I was like, why are you wasting these wins? Which is such a stupid piece of sports. But I was like, okay, it's fun. They're selling out their home arena. They got a great coach, it seems. The Aces are falling apart without Natalie Nakase. So obviously she had a pretty big part on the basketball IQ side, on the coaching side of it, helping out with Becky Hammond as an assistant in Las Vegas, moving over to Golden State. But I remember sitting and watching the expansion draft and being like, and then sitting and watching the real draft and being like, But now, I mean, Kate Martin, 6-0 all time against Caitlin Clark in their WNBA careers. That is one of the funniest random stats that we have running in the WNBA right now. Just a great bit. Former teammates, obviously, Kate Martin shows up on draft night to support Caitlin Clark, ends up getting drafted herself. And now Caitlin Clark has never beaten her in her professional career, which is hysterical. Obviously, the Fever in a different place, or should be in a different place than the Valkyries. But right now this season, where are the Fever in the rankings? I meant to look that up.
They've got to be either, I think now with that
they're
loss
below
9.
The Valkyries. They're below the Valkyries.
They're way below the Valkyries.
No, they're one game. Valkyries are 10-9. Fever are 9-10. It's the Fever, the Mystics, and the Aces all sitting there at 9-10. And, you know, it's certainly not where they expected to be at the beginning of this season. Both teams. The Valkyries didn't expect to be 10-9, and the Fever didn't expect to be in a three-way tie in 9th at 9-10. So they have some serious things to figure out here as they continue on. Lots of ups yesterday. Mercury beat the Lynx, even though they were without Copper and Satterley. You yesterday, CJ, I allowed you to say it with your chest. Alicia Gray, MVP race. I'm going to allow us to do a little whisper.
Oh, we whisper.
I want a little whisper for Alyssa Thomas. MVP race.
Oh, I don't think we have to whisper that.
Insane.
I think you could say you can say AT MVP because she's a perennial MVP candidate, and she's been playing like that all season long. I think that the MVP race at one point when I was whispering Gray for MVP, I think it was at one point for me, in no order, right? Gray was 1, but in no other order. MVP, AT, and I'd throw Stewie in there. Like it's always those 3. And then what Asia's doing is unfortunate because her teammates are letting her down. But what Asia's doing this year is remarkable as well. We didn't talk about the fact that in their loss over the weekend, Asia Wilson, they had 54 points in a game or something like that. And Asia Wilson had 29 of them things. And it's like, how do you look that person in the eye if you're her teammate in the locker room? They've since bounced back Granted, it's been against lesser competition, but they've since bounced back. And so they're 9-10, like you said, fighting for that last playoff spot in the WNBA playoffs. But it's been those where you can say AT MVP. What she does at her position, remarkable. Remarkable.
She is masterful at the point guard position. Like, that offense is just humming. They were down two starters, down 3 players total, and they go out there and beat the Lynx. And she had 29 points. And only 2 teams have beaten the Liberty and the Lynx this season, both those teams. And it's the Mercury and the Storm. That is one of those teams that has hopped up. And that's why I say with Nate Tibbetts as certainly Coach of the Year candidate, what's been going on. But just as big as Nate has been Alyssa Thomas and the comfortability that she's shown.
Do they move up now in that next tier? Like, do they move up into the tier with Lynx and Liberty? But for so long, we've kept them behind both in the tier behind that. Are they tier 1 now, not tier 2?
They're flirting tier 1 above that other team that I said have beaten both the Lynx and the Liberty and the Storm, because the Storm lost to the Connecticut Sun yesterday, and they have some inconsistent moments as well. So you had 3 upsets, and then the late game last night, the Sky beat the Wings. Angel Reese had her 7th straight double-double, which is the longest double-double streak in the WNBA. This has now been quite the week for Angel Reese because she was named an All-Star. We got to see her signature shoe with Reebok, the Angel Reese 1, debuted. Yesterday, we find out she's on the cover of NBA 2K. It's her, it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it's Carmelo Anthony as the 2K cover stars for this year. She's wearing her signature shoe in the cover. She wore her signature shoe last night in the Skies game against the Wings. I love the grip on the bottom. I love the A and the R in the design. And I actually think this is a pretty dope shoe. But the shoe is great. The cover is great. And then she goes out and she has her 7th straight double-double. And I saw Angel Reese has more defensive rebounds than any other player in the league has total rebounds this season. Like, we obviously talk about Angel from a rebounding perspective, and she's great on the boards. But I don't know that I understood just how dominant she has been on the boards. She has 167 defensive rebounds. Azura Stevens, 162 total rebounds. Angel has 244 total rebounds this season. So 77 offensive boards along with those 167 defensive rebounds. It is not just her stab-hatting offensive rebounds. That narrative is tired and lazy. She has been incredible, and she's been great on the offensive end. The Point Angel experiment has certainly seen payoffs for the Chicago Sky. But I saw a lot of people be like, why is Angel Reese on the cover of NBA 2K? Angel Reese is one of the most popular players in the game. And people are going to have to get over it, understand it, or they're going to stay mad. And she doesn't care. They can stay mad all they want because she's making a lot of money. She's continuing to grow her profile. But also on top of that, she's playing incredible basketball this season. Like, she has been about it as much as all the talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, the me bounds are something that people who want to detract from what she is want to throw in there. So fine. When I've talked about Angel Reese this season, and as I continue to talk about it, because I'm not trying to get into the dumbass conversations about whether or not Angel Reese is good and deserving of the accolades and the attention that she gets, because obviously she is. I don't mention offensive rebounds at all. It's only and always it's defensive rebounds. And like you said, she's a true monster on the glass. And now after 3, 4, 5 years of not being asked to be a playmaker, she's being asked to be a playmaker, and that takes time to grow into. And she has grown since the start of the season. From the start of the season till now, Angel Reese is much, much better as a playmaker on her team. At the start of the season, it's like, oh, what the hell are they doing? Now it's, okay, it's not perfect. It's not great. Don't get me wrong. She's not Alyssa Thomas out there, but she is making plays for her teammates. She is showing that she can be a facilitator. With more time this season and next year, I don't know what to expect. She might be a pretty solid playmaker from that position. And when you think about what some of the good teams in the WNBA have, we talked about that with the Mercury. I think you can do the same thing with the Liberty. Absolutely, you can do it with the Aces. It's a big who, particularly at the forward spot, the power forward spot, who can go out there and handle the rock, get you into the offense, and make plays for their teammates. That's what some of the good teams have. And if Angel Reese can do that on top of being a rebounding juggernaut, oh, sky's the limit for the Sky. Oh, pun intended.
Okay, wait, I have to make a I have to make a correction because Fever fans will murder me. Like, they'll put me out at the stake.
It's too late.
The Fever also beat the Liberty and the Lynx. I was looking at the regular season schedule, so it didn't have the Commissioner's Cup championship game.
We've already clipped it. We've already clipped it. We've clipped it.
If it gets clipped,
Luke,
please, for the love of all,
don't put it in there.
They're gonna see me praising Angel Reese and disrespecting their Fever, even though they just lost to the Valkyries yesterday.
Are there Fever fans or are they Caitlin Clark fans?
They're both.
Okay.
They're scary.
They're not that damn scary.
Fan base in sports right now.
The Fever?
Yes.
Say that again. I want to clip that. Say that again.
I think the Fever fan base is the scariest fan base in sports right now. They organize. They're passionate. They're consistent. They show up day after day after day. I think I stand on that. I said that very flippantly, but I think that's a very true belief that I hold at this moment. All right, we're going to catch up with Teresa Walker. She'll join us on the other time. We'll get her takes on if she's been able to watch any of the Grizzlies Summer League action thus far. We'll talk to her about the upcoming SEC Media Days and also huge contract news in the NBA yesterday. That Devin Booker deal is insane. He's going to be paid $70 million in a single season. We'll get into it all with Teresa after a quick break.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Have you talked to Norvell since the game?
Yeah, but we're close friends, so it's not one of those. Like, I think it's a little bit.
How long before you said ha 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 ha?
You sent him a text and said, "You want to see the box score?" You sent him the box score. You want to see the picture of me in the locker room afterwards?
How close are you? Because it would have taken me literally 30 seconds.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes me off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You still in Utah or?
I am. Welcome back. It is Thursday. That means it's time to catch up with one of our favorites, Teresa Walker of the Associated Press. She joins us every Thursday. She joins us now. Teresa, during the break, we continued our very we were having going into the break on scariest sports fans as a collective, as a group, because I said casually after making an error in not mentioning the Fever as one of the 3 teams in the WNBA who's beaten both the Lynx and the Liberty this season. I said, please don't tell them because they will kill me. The Fever fans have found themselves in scary fan territory. Who are the scariest fan bases that come to mind to you just off the top of your head?
Well, being in the SEC territory, Alabama football fans. You just ask them. They've won like almost every national title that's ever been out there to win. Their math is like mine in that I can't do it without a calculator and an actual mathematician beside me. They've got lots and lots and lots of titles. Kentucky basketball, similar. I mean, it's like every so I think it was Michael Kay a couple days ago was like fussing at Juan Soto. It's like, listen, no, it wasn't Juan Soto. It was Yankees fans. It's like they're wanting a rebuild. They can't even handle it when they lose a World Series. And some of these fans are asking for a rebuild. So that's the mentality of Kentucky fans, Alabama football fans, and arguably any fan base whose team is winning. I mean, in 2016, I'm a Cubs fan. We were a little insufferable, but we'd had over a century of pain that we needed to vent. But yeah, you know, social media was filled with fly the W, 2 more, 1 more, counting it down like the count on Sesame Street would have been happy. Yankees fans, because there are a lot in the Titans media workroom, and you want insufferable. It's like it doesn't take but one mention of baseball and suddenly they're off on a Yankees tangent, whether it's history, the current team, what they need, famous numbers. I mean, they start going through numbers and it's like it's all Yankees players. It's like, stop it. So, and Golden State, I mean, Memphis fans certainly know, how they can be. And right now, when a team is winning, that's when it's most painful. Look at OKC.
I think what makes fan bases scary, like the ones you've named, Teresa,
are passionate.
Yeah, and historic and good. At one point, I was terrified of Jacksonville Jaguars fans because I had like 400 followers at one point. They were deciding to I think they benched Chad Henne for Blake Bortles. They benched somebody for Blake Bortles. I was like, Blake Bortles isn't that good. They've made a mistake here. And they came out of the woodwork by the hundreds to come fight me on it, right? Like that's the different type of thing. Yankees they've earned it, right? That's different. The Cubs.
Alabama
has earned it. The Warriors to a certain extent because they've been so successful. It's like, okay, fine, if y'all want to bicker, that's cool. But the ones who nobody is even talking about, it's very clear that you are Googling your team and trying to find people or searching on social media, trying to find people to fight with. That's what is scary. Like those are scarier to me than what the Alabama fans are. Like it's like, okay, I expect Alabama, I expect Florida, Tennessee, Texas. Like I expect those teams, the Michigans and the Ohio States of the world. I expect those teams to come at you when you say something about them. I do not expect the Vanderbilts of the world to flood my mentions if I say, hey, you know what? Diego Pavi is not that good, right? Like I can't imagine thousands of Commodore fans coming at me like, bro, get this jackass out of here.
And let's be real, like we're using scary very broadly. This is like internet keyboard warrior scary. So just being caught in the crosshairs of like an internet firestorm from a fan base, because that's where the Fever can situate themselves. And I have very lovely Fever fans in my life. Many. I have Some of my best friends in Memphis are Fever fans. My best friend's mom is a diehard Fever fan. I've got them all over the place, and they're very normal, rational fans. But then you get on the computer, and it all goes to hell sometimes. Hell in a handbasket. No faces have to be there, and some of the things that get said are absolutely wild. I will take all of Philadelphia fans because not only can they be absolutely like terrible to opposing fan bases, they can be terrible to their own team. Like if I was an athlete playing in Philadelphia, I would always have just a small level of fear on the fan base turning on me because they are vicious. They are vicious to their own and they are vicious to others.
They broke Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Well, they threw snowballs back in the day against Santa Claus. And I mean, when they do win, they have to grease the poles, the street poles and the light poles, so that they're not climbing up and celebrating from the top. So it's like that. It's like it's greasing the pole day in Philly. One of the teams is winning. But, I will say this. Chicago fans can be equally irrational. Yeah. Went with a family once to a Titans exhibition game against the Bears. Had gone to a Cubs game earlier in the day. Now, I covered the Titans, so I had no gear on. My family, that does not apply to them, so they were wearing Titans gear. Titans whipped the Bears in that exhibition game. I think it was 2000, 2001, and we go back to the hotel, and at 3:30 in the morning, my husband and I, we get a call to our room from security. We've had a noise complaint. Okay, anyone who's had a toddler who was staying that night with the grandparents, we were sleeping. And my husband worked at a hotel at that point. The next morning, he went down to the front desk and he's like, somebody saw us last night. They called and woke us up. There was no noise complaint. We were asleep. I work at a hotel. You send security up before you wake a guest. We ended up getting 2 nights, 2 rooms comped because somebody couldn't stop themselves from being a fan, a mad fan.
Sometimes all fans go out of control in their lives.
Where we putting the Oakland Raiders?
Ooh,
but
that's
Oakland
scary.
Raiders different than Las Vegas Raiders. They've lost some of their punch.
Oh, totally. I mean, I went to the AFC Championship game with the Titans back in January 2003, and on the media bus going through that parking lot, I mean, it's like, have I somehow entered Mad Max world? I mean, there's a reason why players, we would ask them about it. And it's like, oh yeah, we'll get pelted with batteries and stuff during the game. So it's like, yeah, you don't find yourself down at the far end of the team area on the sidelines because you could get attacked. And yet the Raiders love those fans for their passion. Are you on the inside of the bubble? Are you on the outside of the bubble?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I went to a Broncos-Raiders game, and I remember our parents were had genuine conversations on if it was going to be a safe environment for the kids to go into. It's just one of those random things that I have a deep core memory of being like, oh, is going to a football game dangerous if they're playing the Raiders? The other one, DJ brought this up in the break because there's fandom and then there's haterdom, and those things can mesh. And I was just thinking of Tennessee Volunteers hater nation of Lane Kiffin. When an entire fan base comes for one individual, and I was at that game in Knoxville where Lane Kiffin was back and they're throwing golf balls and water bottles and mustard bottles and all of that. So that's where it can derive into real the mob mentality against one common enemy is when a fan base can really be at its scariest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in that game, it was Colonel Mustard in Neyland Stadium going after Lane Kiffin because why? He committed the sin of leaving after one season. And the worst is he did it, and forget that he went to USC. He did it close to recruiting deadline, signing day. That's what made it even worse. And so, yeah, it was unforgivable. We're seeing it today because in the WNBA, it seems like you can't be a fan of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And it's like, wait a minute. Guys, why do we have to pick one or the other? The W is filled with tons of amazing players. There's a reason that league is busy trying to expand finally as quickly as possible. And I'm just going to point out, Nashville got snubbed in the expansion franchises. Keep an eye on whether or not they might be that group that had the Tennessee Summit. Maybe they end up getting the Connecticut Sun here sooner than later. Well, that's the thing. That seems to be the backup plan. Why pay the franchise fee when you can just buy a team for cheaper? But that's the thing. Why can't you appreciate Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese? Why do you have to be on one side or the other? It's like, wait a minute.
Allowed.
You're not allowed. And it's like, come on. Both of these women are playing great hoops. And it's like with the All-Star picks the other night. It's like, did you see Fisa Collier was wearing an unrivaled shirt? She's more invested in that because she owns it than she is the W. And it's like, wait a minute, she's helping negotiate the WNBA's new contract. It's like, calm down, people. We can embrace bigger things, but fandom. It's like somebody turns a red light on and people go nuts.
I mean, it's not even about supporting them both. Can you like Caitlin Clark without automatically hating Angel Reese? And vice versa, because I don't see anybody who's like, yeah, I love Caitlin Clark. And then you bring Angel Reese up, and you're like,
I think all three of us.
If you bring up Angel Reese, they're chill about it. Like, oh, yeah, okay. Angel, not my cup of tea, but whatever. No, you bring Angel Reese up in front of a Caitlin Clark supporter, they're like, oh, Angel Reese sucks. She's mean to Caitlin. Nah.
I wanted them to be on the same All-Star team. I really did. I thought it would have been a fun. Throw that on fire. Teresa, have you watched any of the? Did you have a chance to watch any of the Grizzlies Summer League? I won't kill you if you didn't.
I kept up with it and watched some of the highlights on social media. I will say that it was interesting that Jahmai Mashack, when he got on the court, used all those fouls. And then he comes back in the next game and he's knocking down threes. It's like, as somebody who pays close attention to the Vols, it's like, okay, I know what you did at the end of the Alabama game, but come on, where was this the rest of the season? It's like, did he suddenly just start focusing on knocking down threes, preparing for the draft? I don't get it, but it was interesting, and it was fun. It was competitive. And yes, throw out that last game because they sat so many guys, but very interesting because, you know, we to talk about contracts, it's like, if they're going to be building around Jaren Jackson Jr. and John Morant, these young guys have to blossom and have to grow their games quickly. And the advantage of getting a Jahmai Mashack, we've seen it how many times? I mean, they hit gold with Desmond Bane. When you take a player who played 4 years at college, you're getting a guy who, at least on the court, is more experienced than somebody who comes out after a year or two. You know, if you come out after a year or two, you've got incredible physical skills and ability. John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. But then you get some guys like Mashack. He's a defensive guy. He's got to show he can grow his game and not be a complete offensive liability. And Summer League is crucial for these guys developing their game because why? Well, Jaren Jackson Jr. is recovering from surgery on his toe. Zach Edey is recovering from surgery on his ankle. So when they do start working out just as a team, guess what? A couple of those big pieces aren't going to be there. So this is a crucial test for not just for the players, but for Thomas Isalo and the style he wants to play. How much have we talked about this offseason that one of the problems for Memphis, the defense just seemed to disappear somewhere in February through the end of the season. And we're seeing that be a crucial part of what Isalo is putting into the mix.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a great point. It can't ever be reinforced enough, the importance of, if you are going to have two guys like a John and Jaren that you're paying, you know, supermax money to, you have to hit on as many young players as possible. So you take these flyers and you hope that someone like a Jahmai Mashack, someone that you would be able to get on a cheaper contract, on a younger contract, has the opportunity to one day, and like, listen, we're talking hopes and dreams, and he was the last pick in the draft. You're also hoping that Javon Small pans out. You're hoping that these players like Gigi Jackson and Jalen Wells and Cam Spencer are part of the long-term plans, because you get guys on cheaper deals, and then you have a situation like you're seeing right now with the Oklahoma City Thunder, where they're able to re-sign Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren to a big contract yesterday. The expectation is for Jalen Williams to get a big contract as well, and then they lock down their big three and are able to build out contractually around them. It is, when you get into the finances of the NBA these days, it just feels like you're dealing with funny money to a certain degree, because
Monopoly.
It feels that way. Like I did want to get your take on seeing the $145 million 2-year max contract extension that we saw for Devin Booker yesterday, and it doesn't kick in until 2028, 2029, but he will be making over $70 million a year. And that is the new record for highest annual extension. SGA had the previous record 8 days ago with his $285 million over a 4-year deal. But obviously, you look at someone like a Devin Booker who means a lot to Phoenix. He holds a lot of the franchise records. He's remained loyal, but he doesn't have a ring, and he will have made a lot of money. He's going to make $70 million in a single season. Does it ever strike you, as someone who has been covering this league for a long time, the idea that the money has gotten to this high? How does that sit for you?
Well, hey, as long as the TV money it drives the pay scale, that's what we're going to see. I saw somebody on social media last week talked about when are we going to see the first person making $1 million per game? And Devin Booker's contract is close. He's like $884,000 per game over these next 2 years. And it's going to come as long as, now this is where I'm curious, the splintering of TV contracts and things like that, keeping an eye on the regionals, the base of what builds the money and builds the pay scale for the NBA, but you've got a smaller bench that you're paying. I mean, the NBA is not the NFL. The NFL has a 53-man roster and an 8-man practice squad. So their numbers are never going to reach what the NBA does. The NHL is a 23-man in-season roster. So, by the numbers alone, NBA players should be getting more, but they're driven by the media money and the media demand for this product. And yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I am in a way, because the numbers are like, woo, with the eye-popping numbers. But then you look at it and it's like, it just keeps growing. It's like it's the inevitable, like Thanos, but it's inevitable, but it is. Yes. Thank you, CJ. But that's the thing. That's where we're at. That's where this sport is. And until the only way we're going to see a contraction is if the TV deals start saying, well, we're not offering that. That's where that is when we'll reach it. That's what I'm curious about. Do we reach a point where the demand and the TV contracts just quit growing? Because at that point, then we'll see the salaries scale back. But until then, give me more.
Yeah, it's so crazy to think back on, like, once upon a time, there were only 3 players who had ever made $30 million in a season, and it was MJ, Kobe, and Mike Conley, because Mike Conley's contract extension hit right when the rules changed, and he was able to get a max contract and made a ton of money. And now we're talking about a player making $75 million in a season. Before we let you go, SEC Media Days start Monday. What are you most interested in as it pertains? We've seen Big 12 Media Days coming this week, and I think one of the weirder main storylines has been nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows the rules. Everybody's trying to figure out how things work post-house settlement. Do you think it'll be a similar tone with the SEC?
Yes, but I mean, we've got an AD at Tennessee in Danny White that has very clearly said we should have collective bargaining. So I'm curious to see, and a lot of the coaches at the Big 12 were like, yeah, we should have collective bargaining. I can't remember the coach who said, it's like, it's insane to tell me that there's a player making $500,000 a year, and yet you say he's not an employee. And, Danny White at Tennessee has been very clear that, he thinks that collective bargaining is the logical next step. And there's a lot of labor lawyers and professors out there who agree. And then, so you've got that mess. College football playoff. I mean, they're still trying to figure that out. Keep an eye on Diego Pavia. He's going. Not all teams
I always do. Well,
he's going, and we'll see if he backs up the bold talk that he had on Bussin' with the Boys at the end of June, talking about how we're going to go into Tennessee and win and stuff like that. And it's like, young man, you lost on your own field to Tennessee. Now, granted, it was at the end of the season. I've seen many a team at Vanderbilt be worn down at the end of the year. So pull it together, show me what you can do. But this Vanderbilt team's got to go to Alabama, Texas, Tennessee. This is not going to be an easy year for him, and I'm curious to see if he can stay that bold at Media Days and in November.
If I know Diego Pavia.
He will.
Bold. Teresa, we'll catch up with you next week. We'll be able to talk about all things SEC Media Days. Thank you, as always. Consensual heart hands. We'll talk to you later. Bye. That was Teresa Walker. You can find her latest always up at the Associated Press. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we have a draft. We are drafting things that you would actually spend $200 to go see or do in honor of tickets for today's Mavs-Lakers Summer League game, costing an average of $200. We also have a Sonic mailbag question for you. We'll get into both of those when we come back.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies on home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today.
The first ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience, collaborate with national and local artists, and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up and show out at open call auditions. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He tasted me off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
There are futures for Aaron Judge possibly hitting 400. Hitting 400 at the All-Star break, plus 600.
Oh, wow.
To have a 400 batting average in the regular season, plus 3,800. To win the Triple Crown is only plus 145.
I don't think he's going to hit 400 for the season.
I don't either. I that would be
ridiculous.
Yes, ridiculous.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back. I didn't think I was going to remember, but I did. We have a Sonic mailbag question to get to today. And this week's question comes from, yes?
You remember, you're doing it in the wrong spot, but good for you. Go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay, never mind. We'll do the Sonic mailbag.
No, do it now. Do it now, because since you remember, we're here. You're going to forget. Just knock this out. We love Sonic. I had Sonic like 2 weeks ago. It was delicious, as always. Chili cheese, coney chili cheese, fries, mozzarella sticks. I've started doing I know we got a very serious Sonic mailbag question to get to, but I've started ordering things off of the Sonic secret drink menu. Jessica, superb.
A secret drink menu?
A secret drink menu is incredible. All of them are bangers. You read the question, and I'll find you some of the options.
Just really fast, because the last time I had a secret drink menu, do you remember when Jamba Juice had a secret drink menu?
I've never been to Jamba Juice.
You've never been to Jamba Juice?
Never.
Oh, we lived.
Jalen, have you been to Jamba Juice?
Go to basketball practice, get a Jamba Juice. That was put on your little slides, walk into Jamba Juice, order off the secret menu. They had a pink Starburst. Excuse me, Jalen?
Jalen, my mic is hot. You got to stop talking. Water and Gatorade at best. We only have water after practice.
What are you talking about?
Yes, of course, at practice, but then we would walk over to the local Jamba Juice if we were old enough.
No, we didn't do that.
I also have to be honest, my high school had little Jamba Juice cups that you could get at the school store. You had mini Blizzards and mini Jamba Juice cups. That was the best.
All right, so you would go to Jamba Juice, get a drink off the secret menu.
And they had a pink Starburst drink that I think about to this day, and yet I'm never inclined to go back to Jamba Juice, was my ultimate point. Missed out on that Jamba Juice life. Those things were good. I don't really like smoothies.
You strike me as a mermaid water connoisseur, or somebody who would appreciate a mermaid water drink, which is water
delicious.
With strawberry, lemon, raspberry, and peach. What about the sour dragon?
Oh, yeah.
Sprite
both of
with
those
lemon, grape, and dragon fruit. A little razzle dazzle, Coke Zero with raspberry and lime.
They all know this menu.
No, you can say it, but you'll have to tell them what to put in it. You'll say, hey, you know what? Let me get a strawberry shortcake. Let me get a Sprite with strawberry, vanilla, and ice cream, and they'll hook it up for you. So yes, Blue Lagoon, the Sprite with the cream,
those all sound great.
Blue coconut and vanilla. That's my jam now. So get to Sonic, get you a secret drink menu.
On to the Sonic mailbag question of the week, brought to us this week by DeAndre Forrest. He asked, who do you think are the wings that will see the most minutes for the Grizzlies this year? I think the easy answers are probably Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Jalen Wells, and Cedric Coward. I believe that those are the three that you will see the most minutes from. Obviously, there's some opportunity for Gigi Jackson to assert himself in getting some more minutes. But I really don't think it's about that with Gigi. Again, he's 20 years old. It's kind of a long-term plan. If you're looking at a season where the Grizzlies are competing in the West and are putting themselves in a position to make it to the playoffs and try to make a run, you're looking at Jalen, KCP, and Cedric Coward. And you're hoping that Cedric Coward is your young new draft pick who ultimately ends up panning out the way that you would hope. CJ, is there anyone I'm missing in your perspective?
I think you throw the most minutes, I guess, means what, the top three wings? So your two starters and your third. Yeah. And then Gigi, I think, will, at least at the start of the season, will play minutes at the start of the season. And then you'll see as far as matchup goes and what ends up happening with Cam Spencer's development, if you can throw him in as well, 12 to 15 minutes here or there, you're going to play in a game. I think you're going to play more than three wings most of the time. So I'll go with the three that you named and also throw Gigi in there. That's a quartet or a trio of dudes who you need at the very least. The bare minimum, the floor on that wing group is, hey, we've got to be able to defend on the perimeter. We could not guard anybody out there last season. So let's do that. And then you lean on the John Jaren side of things on the offensive end to get you over the hump. And if any type of offensive production, any type of three-point production that you get from them on the offensive side of the things is going to be almost like icing on the cake. You'll lean on your wing group to be your defensive force, not necessarily offensively pitting the ball in the basket, because that's your offense is going to run through John Jaren, and those are going to be the guys who get the majority of the shots, and rightfully so.
Yeah, there's still room for Vince Williams to have a bounce back. Obviously, he'll have to prove it. Last year was tough and injury-wise too, so he's still, certainly in the mix. And I'm curious, what position Santi plays the most. I still like a world where Santi plays at the three, and I know defensively there's a drop off there that has to get better. But I think that's something that could be a future for Santi Aldama. But the Grizzlies front court is so thin that you need him to play the minutes at the four. So yes, CJ.
Breaking news.
Oh.
Is today Mudang's birthday? In the chat,
I thought something
they're saying
serious
it's Mudang's birthday is today.
I'm unaware.
Had I known, I'd wore my Mudang shirt.
I'm unaware that it's Mudang's birthday, but happy birthday, Moo, if you're out there and you're listening and it is your birthday. All right, we got to do a draft. It is Thursday. It is draft day. And in honor of fans spending their real hard-earned money to pay $200 to see Cooper Flagg and Bronny James face off in the Mavs-Lakers Summer League game later today, we are drafting things we would pay $200 to see or do. I would not spend $200 to go to a Summer League game. I like Summer League. I like Summer League more than most people. I would not spend $200 to go to Summer League.
Oh, Jalen doesn't have a coin. Get us both up on screen.
Oh my God.
We'll rock, paper, scissors it. Let's go. 2 out of 3 or just straight up?
2 out of 3.
Okay. Ready? Rock.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What you throw? I threw rock. Wouldn't you know it?
Okay. Of course you did. No, you're a cheater.
All right, let's do it for real right here. Keep it.
Okay,
Raise your fist up so I can see it. All right, here we go. Count us down. You do it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You got to keep your hand up, Jessica, so we can see it. I don't trust you like that. All right, do it again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, no. All right, you go.
Okay, fine. With my number 1 pick in the things I would actually spend $200 to see or do, go to a gold medal event at the Olympics. And it has to be a tier 1 event. Like, I don't want to go to skeet shooting. I want to go to swimming, gymnastics, track and field, a basketball game, something that really means something. But a gold medal event at the Olympics, I think, would be something I would eagerly spend a significant amount of money for. It is for the country. I want America to be in the gold medal event. I should clarify.
Well, that's way too much to type. That's way too much to type.
I know. So just gold medal event at the Olympics. That's okay. It doesn't have to be. I'm just saying my preferences now. A lot of these are going to include preferences.
Okay.
But I think a gold medal event at the Olympics would be pretty safe.
I would agree on that, but it's got a lot of caveats to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't make it. Was on my list, but it's not going to be one that's super high on my list because of the caveats, right? Like, it doesn't matter who's in the Super Bowl. I will pay $200 today to go to the Super Bowl in 2034, 2035. And I don't even know where the hell that Super Bowl is going to be played at. The pageantry of it all is going to be a great football game. It's going to be a great entertainment spectacle as well. I will miss the commercials. I don't like that a whole bunch, but I'll be there live for the halftime show. $200 gets me into the building, and even if it's standing room only with the $200, I'd pay that for a Super Bowl.
I have convinced myself that I don't want to go to a Super Bowl.
I don't want to work a Super Bowl.
I don't want to miss. I don't want to, please. Well, I mean, I would. Pay me money, and I would love to work a Super Bowl. I would love to work in an NFL space. But in terms of seeing a game live, I think a Super Bowl would be disappointing just because the pageantry exists on TV in such an effective way, and you have the commercials, and the corporatization of the Super Bowl is kind of gross, and it's just a bunch of like super rich people, because I don't think you can get into a Super Bowl for $200.
No.
But if you could, I understand your take, but that's why I'm going to go a different route. And I'm going to say a national championship game with my number 2 pick, specifically a basketball national championship game. I've been fortunate enough to experience a lot of these in my lifetime. And now, as someone who couldn't, ride on my parents' coattails to go to those games, I would pay my own money to go to one of those games because the fan bases are there. They are loud. They are crazy. The introductions, the pageantry. I will stay until the end when they cut down the nets and they are playing one shining moment. I think it is one of the most spectacular environments in all of sports. It feels so special. It feels big. The event is something that feels worthwhile of having spent your money on.
So this is just basketball, correct?
I did basketball. Yeah.
All right. We got to find a way to shorten that some. Jalen, NC, basketball, NC game.
Well, you should. I think it works. You could do CFP. If you take football, it's CFP.
Oh, no, I'm not taking the CFP.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not taking the CFP championship because, that would be dependent on, is Michigan going to be in it or not?
Yes.
I don't just want, although I'm sure it's great, I don't just want to sit there to watch, I don't know, I don't want to watch LSU take on UCLA for a college football championship game. I can watch that from the house.
When you're around all those college fans are different in those environments. Like, you can get swept away really easily. But I hear you.
So if you took college basketball championship game, did you take men's and women's?
Yeah.
Don't these things have to be in the same space?
I took them all.
You took them all. What type of nonsense is this? But aren't they in the same space now? Aren't the
No.
men's and women's Final Four in the same city?
No.
Now, I thought we
No.
talked about that and had to make that adjustment at one point.
No.
Okay. And it's not happening in the future?
They never have been. I don't think it
No,
is.
they never have been. I thought that one of the changes they were making. Remember, we commissioned that report, and it was like, "Hey, here are some things you can do NCAA to
Yeah, but
improve
I
the
don't
women's
think.
game."
But I think it's been seen that that's actually a detriment to the women's game. Like the women's
Okay.
game deserves to have its own spotlight and not kind of be seen as like a filler between the men's games.
All right,
I could be wrong.
Well, drat. I'll double check that. Rose Bowl. It doesn't matter who's in the Rose Bowl. The pageantry and the beauty of the venue as the sun set. Even though I'm not sure if we're getting the sun setting anymore. I think we talked about that earlier this year at one point in time because we're changing the times of the game. But the sun setting with the mountains in the background. I talked to somebody who went to a Rose Bowl like 5 or 6 years ago. He was really excited about going. An older gentleman. He had been to a bunch of different major sporting events throughout the course of his life. He had never gone to a Rose Bowl. He was like, yo, I'm just going to go to the Rose Bowl and see what it's like. He said he walked through the tunnel to go to his seat, like it's pregame. He walked through there and immediately locked eyes with the mountains and started sobbing. It's like, this is incredible. What a sight. So give me the Rose Bowl. Doesn't matter. Give it to me.
I knew you were going to take it, and I didn't steal it from you. But like of all the college football venues, it is the most beautiful venue in the sport. Like there is something magical about it. It sits in a place that just feels so pure still, and I don't know why, but it's great pick. Excellent number 2 pick for you. With my number 3 pick, I'm going to pivot. Give me $200 on a Broadway show. And
just any show?
Well, you said I can't like add all the caveats to it, but if it's a show I really want to see, if there's an actress or an actor in it that I really want to see, listen, I do this way more than I should, but I will pay orchestra prices. I will pay, usually it's $198. And then it usually sticks right at $198. So I'm technically not paying $200. But if it's something that I really, really want to see, I will spend that on a Broadway show because I want to be so close to the actress or actor who I'm going to see. I want to be able to see them spit. That's like my favorite thing, is to be close enough that you see them spit and you see them sweat. And you're like, damn, they're working their ass off in there.
What is with this generation and spitting on people?
Okay, it's not that weird. Okay, to be fair, I learned it from my mom, who is of a different generation. And when I was a kid, it was always really special when we could find, I mean, ticket prices now have gotten insane. It used to be like $50 for like a really nice ticket for a Broadway show. And that's what she would always say. She's like, I want to see the spit fly out of their mouth as they're singing their song. And so that's where I'm at. But okay, not any Broadway, just put Broadway show. I'm not paying,
any. Keep it up there.
No, I'm
keep it up there.
$200 to go see like the Neil Diamond musical. I'm not going to pay $200 to go see Sweet Caroline sung on Broadway. Come on.
Isn't that what she said?
Yes.
See what the people don't know is, and I'm glad that my mic is hot and you can hear the directors downstairs. This is happening constantly on this show. Y'all think it's me being mean. No, it's the people downstairs who are also like, Jessica's outside of her mind. This is great. I was bouncing this idea off of a couple of people, and Jalen, the director downstairs today, brought this up, and I was like, oh yeah, easily. I'd pay $200 to go to the premiere of an MCU movie. All the actors are going to be there. The directors are going to be there. I'm going to be the first one to see it and get to react to it. I don't have to worry about it being spoiled for me. And you can put this up there, Jalen. You can put any MCU premiere. I'd love to do that. I don't want to walk the red carpet or anything like that. I just want to go sit down, watch the movie, and maybe sit next to like Anthony Mackie or something like that as I'm watching the movie. And I'm sure they do like a panel conversation. And I'm making this all up in my mind, but I think they do like panel conversations beforehand or after the movie. Absolutely. Any MCU premiere.
That's a good pick. I had thought about doing like the Oscars or the Golden Globes, but it didn't. Why the Golden Globes? I don't know why I picked that one. The Emmys, whatever it was. The Golden Globes were such like terrible awards for a while. I did not end up with that on my long list. or my short list, I should say. I will get a really good long massage at a fancy hotel, like a really great spa day at a fancy hotel. Just put massage at fancy hotel, Jalen. This is a girl thing. You men don't get it. You don't understand what it's like, because when you pay to go, I've only done it one time at a really nice hotel because you have to spend $200 if it's more than an hour. They'll make the cheap ones an hour, but if you want to do 90 minutes to like 2 hours, it gets in that really expensive territory, and you get all the access to their facilities. So you can go in their jacuzzi, you can go in the sauna, you can go in the steam room. They play that nice little relaxing music constantly. They have water with fruit in it. And there's always some sort of flavored water in a nice cooler. Sometimes they have like apples and bananas. Sometimes they have like a little protein bar. Oh man, a day at a nice like fancy hotel spot is killer.
Jessica's not selling I'm with you on the massage. One, men have achy bodies too. Men like to get massages too. One. Two, the way you're selling it with, they got fruit and water, and you can get a banana or a granola bar. It's like, I can just buy that stuff.
You can stay there for like hours because you can get sustenance. Like if I'm paying for it, I'm milking it as long as I physically can. So I will just sit in that space and I will drink their water and I will eat a banana. But I love a good massage. Jalen, I'm going to kill you.
And that's the nice dude. He's the nice one. Oh my goodness.
You men gang up on me every day of my life.
I never gang up on you. I don't know what that's about. I will take, while I wouldn't do it for an individual concert, for a group of artists, I'd do it. For a festival, a music festival, I'd do it for a day. $200 for a day at Essence Fest. Essence Fest speaks to me culturally. And so, it doesn't matter what the lineup is because I know it's going to be bangers. There's some stuff going on with Lauren. They got to figure out the what do we call the scheduling of it?
Yeah.
They got to figure that out. Pick one day of Essence Fest for me, Jacob, because I don't think you can get all of and if you can get all of Essence Fest for $200, I should have been this year. But Lauryn Hill went on stage at like 2:30 in the morning for her show. Like they got to figure out.
There was no one there.
Because it's 2:30 in the morning.
It's Lauryn Hill.
People, are you going to a Lauryn Hill? Are you going to any concert at 2:30 in the morning? I'm asleep by then.
I'm crazy enough.
Or I'm drunk off my ass and I'm not in the right headspace to go either way. But either way it goes, like Lauryn Hill might be there, Donnell Jones might be there, Babyface, Usher. I think Prince was there. Once Maxwell is there this year, Monica and Brandy, they're going on tour together. But I'm pretty sure both of them have been at Essence Fest, right? Like those artists speak to me as a man. And so I will pay $200 for one day of Essence Fest. Sure, no problem.
Okay. I'm going to go similar-ish route. I wouldn't just pay for like a concert tour for $200. That's hard for me to do, but I would pay to see an iconic performer at the Sphere.
Okay.
I want to see an iconic act at the Sphere because the Sphere is like it's the act of going to the Sphere, which costs a lot of money in its own right. And then getting to see a performer who would take advantage of the space and make like a whole production value out of it. So like a Beyonce or a Lady Gaga, or if you're a Taylor Swift fan, I think if Taylor Swift ever played the Sphere, there's no way you're getting in for $200. Probably any of those three, if they played the Sphere, you're not getting in for $200. But I think it'd be very cool to see a show at the Sphere. But I want it to be a show that like I really care about.
So an iconic artist, iconic act at the Sphere. Okay.
And I'm saying iconic right now as in like current. Because I can't bring someone. I don't want to bring someone back from the dead.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. There's some things on my list. Somebody brought up golfing at Augusta in the chat. And it's like, okay, I don't golf though, but I can see why that would be something that you'd want to do. I think a World Series at like Yankee Stadium or one of the historic stadiums with a historic matchup would be cool. any sporting event that even if it's NBA Finals, right? NBA Finals, Celtics, Lakers, Game 7, yeah, would definitely be willing to pay $200 for that. But there's a lot of football on here. I'm gonna keep it football-y. Conference final, NFC Championship game at Lambeau Field. That's just the elements being there. You know, Packers fans, the cheeseheads are gonna show up and show out. They're gonna be crazy. It should be a good football game because you're in the NFC Championship game. The weather, I long to sit there just to say I did it. A cold weather game at Lambeau Field where it's 20 degrees, but the wind chills got it -10 and wintry mix, whatever the hell a wintry mix is, falling from the heavens, coming down on you. I want to be there. I like to be right behind the shirtless people because, I'm not going to be shirtless, but I like to be there to egg them on and buy them beers and keep them shirtless. But I think that environment would be special, well worth my $200. And it doesn't matter where I sit at. As long as the shirtless people are there, I'll be up in the nosebleeds at the height of the wind as it blows 20 miles per hour in my face. I'd love to be there for that.
I would do $200 for an AFC Championship game in Buffalo in the snow.
Oh,
with a snow game in Buffalo.
Snow game
Super Bowl
in Buffalo
on the line.
They're gonna be sad. They're gonna be disappointed. They're not gonna win it. But yeah, there's a chance the Packers win that one, and the fans did turn up at the tailgate.
Yeah. I thought about all of the various SEC games, but you can get into those SEC regular season games for well under $200.
Yeah.
I don't need a good seat. I sat in the tippity-toppity of Neyland Stadium for that Tennessee Ole Miss game, and it was one of the best crowd environments I've ever been a part of.
Where did you sit for the Ole Miss game where you ran your happy-go-lucky ass on the field?
Oh, I was in great seats for that because we got them from someone on staff. So we were with the coaches' wives.
Gotcha.
So we were down. But yes, when I hopped the fence with my barely new Achilles and was like, that's a good time. I also had Wimbledon on my list. I really want to go to Wimbledon someday. It seems cool. I've been watching it kind of sporadically. I was sad Ben Shelton lost yesterday. I was starting to like him. I like that he dates Trinity Rodman.
I was going to ask. That's Trinity's boyfriend?
Yeah. They kept calling her Tiffany on the broadcast.
They're dumbasses.
I was like, how do you not know who Trinity effing Rodman is?
Part of the triple
It was
espresso.
bizarre.
Did you see her IG post?
Yeah.
She made, telling them, hey, my name is Trinity. And it's like, okay, cool. Also, his family's there. His dad is there. My dad wasn't in my life. Talk about his parents. Don't bring my dad up. There's no reason for that.
know.
It's like, okay.
She has said it over and over again, and nobody listened. His sister is also there. He asked his sister's job to give her the week off on the broadcast because she was supposed to have to go back to work, and they gave it to her. I was like,
nice.
oh, that's so nice.
Now she gets to go back. He lost.
Now he's done. Go home. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do a little Theater Thursday before we get into the rest of our day. I saw the F1 movie. I'll give you my rating of it when we come back.
Are you ready? Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit Shinedown.com.
All right, reflection time. 42-21, entering your sixth season. Of the 42, which one do you think about the most?
Probably was the Liberty Bowl win versus Iowa State.
Iowa State.
That was a big one.
To win in that fashion, we were, I think, it was the biggest underdog game we had all season.
Yeah.
10-point underdog, wherever the heck it was. And they go out there and feel like we actually single-handedly won the game. No fluke plays, just went out there and took care of business.
The better team.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Tigers are going to play in November in the Bahamas, the Baha Mar tournament, and the other teams expected to be there. Purdue, Wake Forest, and possibly Texas Tech. So Texas Tech's going to be good. Purdue's going to be good. If you don't have a roster that puts you in that same conversation, that could be a tough trip to the Bahamas.
Yep.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What can the Memphis Grizzlies learn from the Thunder Pacers NBA Finals Series?
Your style of play is not something that you really have to change. Both of these teams love to play fast. Both of these teams love to play really aggressively on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
CJ.
What?
CJ.
What?
CJ.
What?
I am reading a text from you from yesterday for this little draft that we just did. You said things we'd pay $200 to see/do.
That's
I
not
said
true.
things we'd pay
That's not
$200
true.
to see/do sounds fun. So I did that whole draft thinking we were doing $200 for things we would see or do. And now
That's not true.
I'm looking at the graphic because I can't see. I don't have the YouTube screen up like I normally do until we go to commercial break. And so I see the graphic says events we'd pay $200 to see live, and me with my fourth
Jessica, that's not true.
at a fancy hotel.
Prove that that's what I sent you. I sent you things that we'd see.
No,
pay to see live.
I can't show your other text because I won't incriminate you on things you say.
'Cause
But I'm looking at the text right. Hold on.
You're a
I'm
fibber.
literally sending this to Jalen.
You're lying. That's not what I
No.
sent. That's
No.
not. I'm looking at it right here on my phone.
No, you're
right
not.
here.
You're a liar.
It says
You're a
things we
liar.
pay to see.
You're a liar. Tell Jalen
I am not. And I'm not telling Jalen to do that either.
On Slack. Well,
No.
he can hear me for himself. Now I know
No.
why you were all laughing and giggling at my massage choice because I look insane.
You want to watch people get massages at fancy hotel. You want to watch them drink the
I
fruit
don't.
water and eat the bananas and the apples and the
I
granola.
cannot believe that this is on a graphic.
That's what's on there. See? Any type of things
That's
we
you are
No,
agreeing.
I didn't. You
You
doctored
are
that.
agreeing.
That's AI.
No, I did not. You set me up.
My bad, Luke.
Okay, I would like to take something else then.
Okay.
I get
Can
to
we
have a
do that?
repick.
And if
Can
you
I
get
take something else?
Yes, you can pick something else.
Okay.
We're,
Yes, we're taking. I do not want to pay $200 to
you don't
watch
want
somebody
to. You
get
don't
a
want to watch somebody get a massage. You don't want to watch somebody and cheer them on as they go into the sauna.
God, this is like a hell of a show for people who only see things in like if you don't watch the whole show on this particular show, you're gonna think I disrespected the Fever fans, and you're gonna think I paid $200 to watch somebody get a massage at a fancy ass hotel.
It does say.
God bless. All right, give me. I mean, I guess I'll just take a snow game in Buffalo.
Oh, we could change the. Could we
AFC
change the name?
game.
Could we pay to see or do? Can we do that, Jalen? How difficult would that be to just change the name? Yeah, we could just change the name, Jessica. You don't have to change your pick. Although, like, it's worse than you could spend $200 on. If you said to me, hey, CJ, you can spend $200. You don't get any massage. You don't get to drink any of the water with the fruit in it. You don't get to eat any of the granola or the apples or the bananas. But you can watch somebody else get a massage at a fancy hotel, or you can pay $200 to watch Cooper Flagg and Bronny James play a scrimmage against one another. I'd take the massage. I'd pay to watch somebody get a massage.
Wow. That really sums up your feelings.
Like, I would. There we go. So, Luke, when you grab this one right here, please. So that Jessica...
If I hadn't realized it and he just put that up.
Good stuff. Also, we were looking at Essence Fest prices. A day at Essence Fest is like $80. So I will take the entirety.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will take the entirety of Essence Fest. I think the entirety of it is, what you say, Jalen, like $5? Yeah, so I'll take the entirety of Essence Fest for $200. I'll do that.
All right.
I don't want them jacking up their prices. Being like, oh, that jackass on GCM said he paid $200 for one day. No. I want the entire thing.
After the Lauryn Hill debacle, they're going to have to do some pricing adjustments to try to make people happy again. All right, it's Thursday. It's Theater Thursday, and I did see a movie this weekend. I saw F1.
Wait.
What?
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Courtney in the chat. Quote, what kind of massage would you like, ma'am? No. I just came to watch. I'm not here to get a massage. No, I'm just here to watch strangers, not even loved ones. I'm just here to watch strangers come in and get massaged. That's just my thing. So here's my $200. Start rubbing these people down, damn it.
God. Oh, I can't. I just can't stand that there's going to be someone who only sees that. They're gonna turn it off. They're gonna be like, I don't care about F1. I'll turn it off after the draft, and then they're never gonna know that I did not mean to pay to watch somebody get a massage.
Nothing wrong with
All
that.
right.
F1, though, how was it?
Crafty, as somebody said in the chat. All right. So for people who don't know, F1, the big blockbuster that came out a couple weeks ago, story of a Formula One racing team that's at risk of being sold because they're struggling. They haven't won a race. Classic sports movie storyline. And they go out and they get this disgraced former driver who was once like the prodigy driver, but he got in a really bad accident when he was younger. And that's played by Brad Pitt. And then he comes in and has to partner with the team's young, hot, cocky driver, who's played by Damson Idris. I've gotten his name wrong every single time I've said it, but it's Damson Idris. And he's great. It goes through like the team building and the adversity and all that. There's a love story. I cannot nail what it is about this movie that kept me from loving it, only liking it. And I did really like it. Like, I cried. I was engaged. I thought the cast was excellent. You know me, I always love a good score. The score from Hans Zimmer is excellent. The racing scenes are super engaging. I'm not like a big F1 fan by any means, but I am really fascinated by F1. That actually was one of my options to take in the draft, was to go to an F1 race, because I think they're really expensive to go to. It just feels like such a rich sport. I didn't watch the show on Netflix, but like, my baseline knowledge of F1 is I know who Lewis Hamilton is. I know by nature what the sport is, but outside of that, I'm like very much a noob when it comes to knowing anything about F1. But with the movie, one, it was 2.5 hours, and I'm really sick of 2.5 hour movies. It just feels so long. Like, you get to the hour mark and you realize you have an hour and a half to go, and it's just like, man, you do not need 2.5 hours to tell this story. And then on top of that, I think I just kept coming back to the fact that it felt like a giant advertisement, which it is. Like, it's a giant advertisement for F1, and both for F1 and then all the sponsors that are used within the movie, like Mercedes and Geico and Shark Ninja and Expensify. It was just such heavy-handed product placement, which was by design because they had like $40 million in sponsorships, which certainly helps with a movie that cost, I think, $300 million to make. But it just felt so overwhelmingly like an ad at times that I wasn't able to go the full escapism route, because one, I was sitting there thinking, God, this is long. And two, I was sitting there thinking, God, this is just one giant corporate advertisement trying to get me to spend money on a product.
Okay. All right. I had no desire to see it. I see that it's been doing well in the box office. It's generated
It's done
about
really well.
$293, almost $300 million at the box office, making it Apple's highest grossing movie to date. But like I've got nothing for those types of movies. And now you're telling me it feels very product placement-y. I just won't be watching it. Brad Pitt gonna get an award. Is anybody getting an award for this?
I mean, maybe like some of the technical awards. It's a really coolly made movie. No one will get. It's like not a Best Picture type movie, and I don't think it's any of the actors or Best Actor, Best Actress. Although Damson Idris is really good. Like I think he's going to be a star. I really, really think that he is going to be one of the next up and coming. I hadn't heard of him before this. I think he did like a Black Mirror episode. He was in that Swarm show, the Beyonce Hive show that I watched in one day once and like really remember nothing from. But he's really good. I really liked the woman who played she's the technical brain behind the car. Her name's Carrie Condon. I think she's Irish. She was good. Javier Bardem's in it. I always love Javier Bardem. Brad Pitt is 61 and has the face of a 45-year-old, which is just the way it is. I think it's definitely setting up for a sequel. And it ended, I liked the way it ended. I thought it had a nice twist that was different than what I anticipated the twist to be. But now, I mean, we did find out too today that like, according to, I think it was Sports Business Journal who reported it, but Apple wants F1 rights. Like Apple wants to be the home of F1 racing. And according to the report, they're offering between $150 and $200 million to be the primary rights holder for F1, which is insane because I think ESPN's paying less than $100 million for the races that they have right now. There's also F1 TV. So I don't quite know, again, not super involved in the sport, so don't know the details of it, but it just feels like a big power play by Apple. And it's just one of those mega blockbuster movies, which I enjoy. Like I loved Top Gun. I love Top Gun Maverick, and I had a really good time at that movie. I had a really good time at this movie, but for whatever reason, there was a barrier that kept me from sitting here or walking out of that movie and saying, that's one of my favorite movies that I've seen in a minute. That's one of my favorite experiences. If you are going to see it, you should probably see it at a movie theater because it's very much the big screen experience, the surround sound experience. You want a bucket of popcorn while you're watching this movie. It just feels right. And an icy. I had my first icy in a long time. Those hit. I love an icy.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't need to see it. But if you want to go see a movie like that, you can see a movie like that.
And if you want to see somebody get a massage, you can absolutely pay $200 to watch them get rubbed down.
All right.
Are they walking on the backs in your $200 situation? Are we getting hot stones fit on people's backs?
We're never gonna. This show is never gonna be able to be monetized because we are excessively sitting in the realm of what's the kind of content?
Shocking content.
Shocking content. Thanks for joining us for another day of shocking content. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be in my third hotel room, so we'll get a new view. We'll get new opportunities.
One, we didn't even see this one. Two, you can't complain about the show and shocking content as you talk about being in 3 different hotels. I only know one type of person who's in 3 different hotels in 3 different days.
I'm gonna show you the view.
Oh, show me the view.
On the way out.
Oh, look at those mountains.
Isn't that pretty?
That's gorgeous.
All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
From our 4th different hotel.